Hello, welcome on another stream. And today I'm gonna be scraping this door for a bit. I hope that I will take care of all these boards on that side, and maybe I will touch on some of these panels, and then I will probably do some soldering because I need a new board for outputs of Raspberry Pi. I used all of them up, so that's gonna be the next thing. Hello, Agonize. And then maybe some Minecraft again. And also, looks like my browser doesn't support playing video on Twitch. As in, like, playing video. Wait. Yeah, it says it's unavailable or unsupported. Oh, I broke tiling. How to make it better? It was Super J. No, it's worse. Everything is horrible. Yeah, change. Yeah, it's fine like that. So yeah, I unbroke everything. And let's get started. By the way, I have new speakers, like actual speakers. I bought 2 sets, actually, because I wanted one of them for this for my computer, streaming computer, and one of them I wanted for the kitchen, so I could listen to music in the kitchen or whatever. And this set doesn't really work, or doesn't work very well. It's brooming, so I don't. Maybe I will try to look inside. I assume if it's brooming and there is still some sound coming through, I assume there is loose wire or something like that. Like the connection is not right. So I could open it up, look inside, and probably solder it better. But yeah, those speakers that I have installed on my that I put on top of my great monitor stand are not yet zip tight, so I will have to move everything very carefully so it doesn't just fall. Doesn't the phrase not yet zip tight seem quite funny? Because when something is zip tight, it's usually a temporary solution, and in here it's the zip tying something is a permanent solution, and temporary one is when something is just placed on top. So yeah, let's put it on the table. and proceed with scraping. I'm already bored. So yeah. I should probably just start from this one. And I've been thinking that tomorrow maybe I will file. Wow, that's. Tomorrow maybe I will finally record the YouTube video. My first YouTube video. But only maybe. It is the only thing I plan on doing tomorrow. But there is still a possibility that this plan won't come into fruition. Should I do a close-up? Because you probably don't have to see the whole door if I'm working only on one part. This I think should be better, more visible. Well, it's not really like there is much to watch. Also today in the morning I was looking into buying a power bank for the microphone, and they are so expensive. Even the cheapest ones are like I don't know, $10, about $10. So it's like 2 weeks worth of pecorino cheese, or 2/3 of a monitor. So for now I will just stick to plugging it in at every stream. Maybe I could find something cheaper, because this power bank for powering a microphone basically needs basically just any capacity. So I could buy it could be the cheapest one who would be sufficient, but then I'm not sure about the brand, so I don't know if I should be worried that it will like blow up or something. And official brick and mortar stores, electronic stores in here, the cheapest ones are around $10. And are a huge overkill when it comes to capacity. I wonder how much would cost some specialized circuit for powering USB port with AA batteries. I think that rechargeable AA batteries are cheaper than power banks. Than power banks from named brands. Hello, Eastside. I have new speakers. I bought 2 sets and one of them works. So yeah, I shouldn't have any more problems with audio. It doesn't have to sit at 90% anymore. but they are not yet zip tied to the monitor stand. They are just placed on top. So I have to move it around very carefully so they don't fall down. And yeah, I wonder why video playback in Qt browser that doesn't work. Because I think it works on my laptop, so maybe I don't have some dependency installed in here. Okay, maybe I will actually do some sanding, like on this panel, because my hands hurt from this card scraper. Where is the bevel? On this side. Well, I've said that that attempting to record a YouTube video is only thing I'm planning to do tomorrow. But well, that's actually only thing I'm planning to do regarding my my online activity, because actually I will also have to drive to the mall or whatever, to a mall to do some groceries, and then I will also have to need a pizza dough, because tomorrow I want to bake a pizza. And I'm probably planning something else that I can't remember right now. I think I want to do something else also. I hope that it's on my to-do list, because of course I don't remember. Should I take care of that now? Yeah, I probably should. So I will need a lighter. Or maybe I could first try it without any fire, because just holding a lighter next to this could be quite slow. Will be quite slow. I'm quite sure of it. I'm always defaulting on a wrong word to start a sentence. Like I am starting to say something and I'm saying something. It could, and then I'm thinking no. not it could, I'm quite sure of it. So it will. Like, I'm not really thinking that much about that sort of stuff. I'm honestly getting quite kind of distracted even by my other thoughts, and the way I'm starting a sentence is just completely random sometimes. Actually, in school, I've never liked this kind of timed writing. So you have where you have to like sit in the classroom and write an essay or whatever. Because usually I'm just starting, maybe not usually. Often I'm just starting a sentence, and halfway through I just change my mind on how I want this sentence to go. So I would change the sentence and not notice that actually the grammar doesn't work. So for example, I just crossed over the last word or last two words and replaced them with something else. But when you read the entire sentence out loud, it's just nonsensical. When I'm normally writing something, then I have a lot more time, and I'm always proofreading stuff I wrote like a couple of times, and I'm always catching those sorts of mistakes or just bad style or bad grammar. I'm always catching those, but when I was writing something in school, in the classroom, I didn't have time for that. So my essays would often get some weird, really weird phrases that then the teacher would mark those, and I'm reading this marked sentence, and oh, right, it in fact doesn't make any sense. Okay, now let's use this. Okay, maybe in this corner also. Maybe I should change the side. I'm wondering about this video playback. Because even the one on YouTube doesn't work, and I didn't watch any streams on Twitch before on Qt browser, but I watched some YouTube videos, and I'm pretty sure I'm very sure it worked. Okay, now the edge again. I believe that ArchWiki was mentioning video playback with GStreamer or something like that. I wonder if this is something that needs to be installed separately. would assume that if it's something that's needed, it would be installed as a dependency. But maybe Fedora is just doing something wrong in this case. Yeah, I'm thinking the whole time about this. Let's check. Oh, not here. GStreamer. Oh, where is? There are a lot of GStreamers. GStreamer 1? GStreamer, Raza GStreamer. It is installed. Dependencies. Okay, I have no idea. Maybe I will figure that out later, or maybe not. And now this edge. Okay, so the edges I would consider done. Maybe I will also take care of the bevels. Scrape it until the maybe not even all, but the majority of the charring is gone. And also on this side. Oh, and some small gouge. The door will have more character with battle scars. Okay, now some sanding. Well, maybe that will go even faster. The surface area is really narrow though. How about this? This doesn't work very well. Maybe even a finer one. Yeah, this should be fine. So I can do the entire surface like that. It's getting a bit clogged. Maybe I should block this whole phrase. I don't have Actually, let's move the camera a bit. So it's a better view on the whole panel. Okay, now some sanding. Just to smooth over all the grooves that could appear. Grooves and ridges. So yeah, I would consider this one done. Or maybe I take that back. A bit more in here. Okay, now it's done. Let's say it's done. And at this point, I should also sharpen. I will have to do it in here. Is it visible? Not really. I will have to sharpen the card scraper. Oh, I see I had a new follower half an hour ago. I'm almost halfway through to 50. So, let's do a bit more over here. Okay, maybe I will do this one. Where is my palette knife? Palette knife. Oh, here. I'm just blind. Okay, maybe I will do these edges later. And for now, just take care of the main area. Okay, and now maybe a bit in the edges. Okay, and some sanding. Maybe I will do this edge. Another edge. I'm looking over on the clock to see how much time I have left, and there is too much time. Like, oh, it felt like whole eternity. I wonder how much time has passed. and it's like 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm wondering how long will the soldering take? To like estimate when should I start? Yeah, life is great. I don't regret my choices at all. Maybe I should zoom the chat window a bit. Where is my here? Yeah, that should be better. Doing this is so fun. I should probably sharpen the card scraper again. Yeah, I'm not... Well, maybe I should consider it. I would, even if I were using a paint stripper, I would still need to do some planing. And I don't want to go straight to planing from this point because that paint is kind of hard and it's sticking even a bit to the iron, and it's dulling it. So I would have to sharpen the plane more often, and I don't feel like sharpening the plane more often. So I'm trying to scrape the most of this kind of residue. I don't know if maybe it's some of the primer or something. But yeah, after the taking off most of the paint, majority of the paint with the torch and the palette knife, there is still some stuff left. Like this, I mean. So yeah, I'm scraping that off. So it's easier on the plane, on the iron of the plane. Maybe on the next batch of doors, like on next 4, because after first four of them I'm going to do a break, and maybe after that I will try out paint stripper. But yeah. Today I'm also planning on doing some other stuff, like soldering some PCBs, and I'm just looking at the clock to see where I should start that, because I don't know, I assume it will take like an hour maybe. So I'm looking where can I start working on PCBs and just stop working on this door. I wonder how expensive are those paint strippers, because I've never even checked that. Yeah, and in here it's raining just on and off. For, I think also maybe past week or around a week. Right now I think it's fairly, it's probably not sunny. Well, it's cloudy, but it's not raining. And it seems that it's a bit windy. Well, you know, depends what parameters, what criteria you get, you choose for deciding if something is best. Because I don't think I would call the strippers that give you cancer as the best. Maybe they are most effective. But I think that getting a cancer is not really the best. Yeah, just minor trade-offs. Though maybe I'm like immune or something, because you know, when it comes to my family, hereditary immunity, because my father is using just so many different chemicals without any mask or any gloves or anything like that, and he's fine. Sometimes I'm walking into the garage where he's working, and and I just can't breathe. No, I just walk out before I have a chance to transcend into another dimension or anything. Okay, that's okay, that's fine. And now this one. Every joint in my hands would probably love the idea of using a paint stripper instead of just scraping everything. Like these panels? No, they are HDF maybe, and I don't think they are MDF. They are too hard for MDF, but they are not wood. They are some kind of some artificial board. Uh, I don't think they look very nice. Maybe on camera they look nice. It's just the matter of how light hits them, I think. In person, I definitely wouldn't want something like that just finished with some kind of transparent finish, like some lacquer or whatever. There, to remove the panels, there aren't any trims. If you want to do something like that, it depends how the door is made, because in here glass panels are usually this panel. This was a glass pane and it was attached with a trim, I think every glass panel. So I won't flip them right now, but the trim was sticking out a bit. So it was this trim, and it has nails in the driven through to the side, and it was sticking out a bit like that. Actually, you can see the paint line. So it was sticking out this much, and I just took a board, a wooden board. Do I have any wooden board? Well, let's say maybe this one, this one. Oh, so I took the wooden board, placed it like that against the part that was sticking out, and just hit it with the hammer. Yeah, I was just hitting it with the hammer all the way around until it was far enough that I could pull it off. And then I could remove the glass panel. And as for the wooden panels or the HDF or something else, like in this case, it's usually done just permanently. So like these boards, these frame boards have a groove put into them, roughly in the middle, and then when everything is glued up. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Eastside, for the donation. It's interesting that it doesn't tell me the amount. But yeah, whatever it was, thank you. I assume it's very generous. So, what was I talking about? So in these panels, there are grooves roughly in the middle of the panel. So you would put a groove in the middle, and then when you are gluing everything together, you put the panel first into the grooves, and then squeeze all the frame around the panel, so they are just permanently in place. And the panels shouldn't be glued in. Because the main purpose of these panels, functional purpose, because nowadays I think they are made mostly just ornamentally. The main purpose originally was to allow for the wood movement, because wood is expanding and contracting with changes in temperature and humidity. And because of that, you should have panels like that. So free floating panels, not glued in, so that they could move around and expand a bit and contract a bit. Thank you. And also, they should be finished first before gluing everything up, because on some you are finishing the panel and then putting it into the frame, because on many well, depends in what price range, I guess, you are looking, but a lot of the times you can find some piece of furniture with that kind of panel, where there are visible cracks on the finish, or there are strips of the unfinished wood sticking out, because it was clearly first put together and then finished over the finished piece. So that's not very good approach to doing that. Actually, my bedside table is made like that, and bed also. So on the bed you can see the strip of unfinished wood, and on the bedside table it's actually quite a relatively thick layer of finish, so it's not like just very barely perceptible layer like you would do with some kind of oil or something, but it's clearly like maybe half a millimeter of finish. So there is a ridge and a crack because of wood movement. So yeah, if your panels are attached with a trim on one side, usually it's on one side, then you can just place some wooden board next to the trim and hammer it off. Because if you try to just pound the hammer into the trim itself, you would probably dent it. So the board is just for distributing the force. and no part. Wait, so if there are no parts sticking out, I'm probably gonna damage the... no parts sticking out. So it would be hard to remove. You would probably have to try with something like a palette knife and maybe stick it into the crack between the trim and the rest of the board. Maybe that would work, but yeah, I wouldn't count on that. I wouldn't. At that point, I would probably just rip it off. However, whatever would be easiest, and put a new trim. By the way, East Side, I assume that you donated through PayPal, yeah, like you talked yesterday. So did I set everything up correctly in terms of name visibility? Because I believe that I've set up a business account, so it should show just Ganderonus. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, it was quite a pain to set up this business account with PayPal. But honestly, it was also a pain setting up Stripe. So I think it's just dealing with any kind of financial any kind of money stuff is difficult and annoying. Oh, I plugged in the my phone into the charger, but the wall socket, the power strip was turned off. So yeah, that would work very well. I was wondering why does it make this sound like the battery is low, but it's plugged in. But yeah, turns out that a charger not connected to the power doesn't really work very well. They often say that electronic devices work better when they have power. Yeah, a pain. And also with taxes, like you have to pay taxes, and they have to like you have to fill out some forms or whatever, figure everything out, say how much money you made and stuff like that, and then the whole tax bureau or something, they have to verify if you did everything correctly. So they have to know anyway how much money you made and other stuff like that. So if they they have to check it anyway. Can't they just check it beforehand and tell you how much you have to pay? That seems like it would be easier. Also, when I was dealing with setting with yeah, also when I was dealing with the health insurance, like 2 weeks ago, that was maybe, I had to fill out a lot of paperwork, and they wanted me to give them some document that they themselves, this document was from them. So they sent me a document through a mail, and then they wanted to give it back to them, because it had to be submitted as some kind of evidence or proof or whatever, for the fact that I what was that? That I'm a owner of part of a land. So you know it's like health insurance, and it's kind of complicated. But I had to show them a paper, like a tax receipt or something like that, to prove something, and they are the ones that sent me this paper. So like, couldn't they look it up themselves? Surely they had a copy or something, if they printed it. Yeah, and also I had to fill out a bunch of forms for this particular office. A bunch of forms with information that they already had about me. So it was also just so pointless. Like, they had everything in their computer system, like in their database, and they could just look it up. I didn't have to just fill everything with a pen on paper. And then drive to this office, so that they could tell me that I still need some other document, and then drive back home and drive there again on some other day, because it was already closed, of course. So it took just so much time, and it didn't have to take that much time. So yeah, this stuff like that is just not very efficient in general. But it could be worse, at least when it's done and everything is like set up. You don't have to think about this. Yeah, so much bureaucracy. You don't have to think about this, it just kind of works with all health insurance and stuff. because Louis Rossmann was often covering the health insurance in not only health insurance but insurance in general in US, and was just covering stories of how somebody insured some business, for example. I think there was some story about the pandemic. So someone insured their business from the some random events, like specifically an epidemic or pandemic or any kind of event like that would cause them losses to their business. And then pandemic happened, and the insurance didn't want to give that guy any money because they didn't consider this pandemic a pandemic. So it's a complete scam. You are insuring against something, and then the insurance company can just well, we don't feel like paying you, so get out. So yeah, it could be worse. In here, at least it's not really like that. When you have insurance, you have insurance, and they they are yeah. In here, when you have health insurance, you have health insurance, and they have to pay for stuff with your health. It's not like they don't feel like paying, and you know, deal with it yourself. The healthcare doesn't work very well, so this could be better still, but at least it's kind of reliable, let's say, that if you are insured, you will have this covered, everything covered by insurance. You don't have to worry that maybe the insurance company won't feel like covering that stuff because I don't know, they didn't think it's necessary or something. But still, setting everything up. Why is it's stuff like that so hard? Like this is something that's just universal, and everyone has to have stuff like insurance and the retirement fund and other things like that. So why something that everyone, well, maybe not everyone has to go through it, because depending on your employment, the employer could be dealing with that stuff. But yeah, it's something that a process that someone has to go through for every person. Is Poland socialized for healthcare? It's we have a national health insurance, but it's not like the healthcare isn't free. Some people may think it's free, but actually you have to pay for it, and it's not like universal. When someone is, for example, homeless or something, they don't have health insurance. And if they had any kind of if they ended up in a hospital, they would have to pay for it. But we have national health insurance, and it's obligatory in certain situations. So if you are employed in any kind of typical employment, like you have a 9 to 5 job, then your employer is dealing with all that stuff, so they register you with national health insurance, and then you have this covered. And also when you are a student, so like elementary school and other lower schools like that, and at the university up to an age of 25, you are covered by insurance of either your parents or of the educational facility itself. So in Poland, health insurance is not free, not universal, but practically everyone has it. One year to get treated for cancer. There are stories like that. It's kind of true, but not exactly. Like probably no one is waiting actually 1 year to get treated for a cancer. But you could get, for example, when you have. For example, when you have a car accident or some just any kind of accident, and you, I don't know, have a broken leg, and then you have to get some kind of rehabilitation. Then you probably want to get it privately, because with national health system you usually will get it like 2 or 3 months later after you had this accident. So at that point it's not really. Maybe it would be still useful, but it's definitely too late. So yeah, stuff like that usually it could be better. I don't know how health insurance works in other countries, but in here you have to you have national health insurance. It's not really a insurance company. It's just insurance office, a national insurance office, I would say. And you have to pay directly to that office. So, for example, and actually there are multiple options. Actually, there are 2 options. I believe there are 2 options for national health insurance. You either have like typical that most of the people have, so like for normal people, and then you have also for farmers. So I've been dealing with those for this one for farmers because I technically am a farmer, even though I don't live on a farm, because my father was a farmer, and we both have own part of the farming land. So yeah, we are how do you say that? We are eligible. Well, he's been like actual farmer, but I'm just eligible for farmer health insurance. Health insurance and retirement fund. It's called like that, I think. You know, the money you get for retirement or retirement. So I've been dealing with that, and normally stuff like that gets dealt with by your employer, but because I'm not employed by anyone, I have to go to this office and deal with all of that myself. So the farm was originally the property of my grandparents, and then after my originally property of my grandparents, and then originally the property of my grandparents, and then they gave the ownership to my father because he was taking care of the farm and like doing all the farming stuff, like walking around, like riding around with a tractor and stuff like that. And then my grandfather died. My grandmother moved out to the city because she didn't want to live there alone. She was just scared that something would happen to her. Like I don't know, some health problems, and there wouldn't be anyone around to help her. So she moved out to a city, and we sold the house, and the field around the farm is still the property of my father and me, and it's I don't know what is a term for that, but you know, it's kind of getting leased. So we are leasing this farm to another farmer that has more land, and he can just you know, use all his farming equipment to just to just cultivate more land, and we get some money from that. So yeah, and because I have partial ownership of that land, I'm eligible to getting insured as a farmer. And it's good because it's much cheaper. Like actually, I think about 3 times cheaper, because with this normal health insurance, it's like it's Office of Social Insurance or something like that would be the translation. You have to pay a certain amount a month, and with this farmer insurance you have to pay the same amount, but I don't know if the same amount, roughly similar amount every 3 months. So yeah, it's a very big difference. It's nice that it turned out like this, that I have this personal ownership. But it would be even more nice if the process of getting that would be was easier. Like if I didn't have to get them documents that they gave me themselves. And it's interesting that that this national insurance is kind of inconsistent. I mean, national healthcare. Like it's not actually like you have to wait 1 year to get treated for a cancer. For some things, some areas, some conditions, let's say, it's actually fine. You know, this healthcare works actually fine, but for some other things, it's just horrible, and everyone is just using private healthcare. For example, I believe anything related to dental health. So if you want to go to a dentist, you are pretty much always gonna be doing this privately. Or as I said, with staff rehabilitation after getting your leg broken or something like that. Because for that there are also long waiting lists, And it's also interesting that even if you don't have health insurance, even if you don't have health insurance and you have to pay for stuff like just general activities or services you get at the hospital, even if you have to pay for that yourself, it's usually much cheaper, much cheaper than comparable than equivalent in the US, because healthcare in the US, it's not only issue with the health like insurance companies being just a scam, but also the healthcare itself is very overpriced. Yeah, the healthcare in US is very overpriced because, for example, you often hear this story that people don't, either someone who has an accident doesn't want to get the ambulance. Yeah, that's how you call them, like these hospital cars. Doesn't want to get an ambulance because it would cost a lot of money, and they would get basically bankrupt, or people around them are not sure if they can call an ambulance because they don't know the financial situation of that person. And in Poland, in here, even if you don't have health insurance, so you have to pay for that yourself, it's not actually that expensive. Like in an ambulance is like, I don't know, $100 maybe, or maybe even less. So yeah, it's not a pocket money really, but you won't get bankrupt because of that. I remember watching some TV show. What was that? I believe New Amsterdam. So they were talking about insulin, and I was somebody was describing this horrible situation with insulin, that people are just producing insulin in their garages because they can't afford actual insulin from a pharmacy. And I was thinking, like, if it's so easy to produce insulin, then why isn't there some competition, and some competition producing the insulin at lower prices? And then so I was thinking that while watching this show, and then immediately after I was thinking that, this character in the show said that, oh, nobody can produce this insulin and at any lower price because all these health like drug corporations are just have some special teams, let's say, for discovering every possible way to produce insulin and patenting this, so nobody is legally allowed to produce insulin, and they can produce insulin and they can set whatever price they want. And I thought that it's so stupid, it's not possible that it's actually real. And then I researched it, and then I looked it up, and on the internet it's actually real. It's ridiculous. in many ways, the patent, this just concept of patents is very harmful, and especially for stuff like that. And also apparently there is some special, some new, or not really new, but let's say very high-tech type of coolant, like refrigerant, that can be used for like ACs and stuff. That's just better in every way, better for the environment and stuff like that. But nobody can use it because it's patented, and there is just one company or even one person that is legally allowed to produce it, and so yeah, they have monopoly on that. Nobody else can produce it, so they can set whatever price they want. And because of that, nobody is using this refrigerant, even though it would be just better for the society. For the society, for environment, for like everything. And also, I'm just naturally biased against any sort of system like that, like this patent system, because I'm an free and open source software zealot. So yeah, I have a lot of opinions of every electronic device should be open sourced. Well, not open sourced, open sourced. So everything should be produced from the start in the open source model. And also, of course, every computer program should be open source. Okay, this needs some palette knife action. or maybe not, and doesn't actually want to come off. There are these pieces in here and in the opposite side that are end grain. I'm not actually sure what they are for, and they are like that on every door, so I assume there is some purpose for them, but I just have no idea what that purpose is. It's like not all the way through, so it's just this. I don't know even how long it is, but yeah, it's a piece this wide that's inserted into the edge. I have no idea what could be the purpose. Like if it's some stability thing or something. I can't think of anything that it would help with. Okay, and here I can use some fire just on this corner. Okay, and the palette knife from one side, from the other side. And that's nice, now nice and square. Okay, so this half is done and it's already 15, so I can start with the PCBs. Well, maybe I should first sweep all that